Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, August 7th. Happy Monday. It's not a happy Monday here. It's raining and it's cold. Okay, it's not that cold.
Well, it's just gloomy.
It's 69 degrees. It's cold enough for it being August 7th.
Well, you said what it was supposed to be first.
I mean, if it was April 7th, I might be acceptable of this weather. But it's not. It's August 7th. I'm not acceptable of this weather. How was everybody's week? We hope you had a good week. Did we have a good week?
I had a good weekend.
I should probably not be chewing gum while we're doing this. Yeah, we had a really good weekend. Guild meeting was Wednesday. That was fun. And over the weekend was church festival. That was fun. About to sneeze. Bless you. Bless you.
Oh, sorry about that.
Probably will edit that out.
Nah, why not? Why not leave it in? It's
Okay.
the raw footage. I ran out of allergy medication, and I didn't want to go and drive up to the pharmacy twice because I was going to have to pick up my regular medication today. So I've been a few days without my allergy medication, and yeah, I'm going to be happy to take the pill tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sunday was awesome.
Sunday was great. Yesterday was great. It was like 83 degrees. We got to spend it in the pool.
This is the first time that we haven't been doing something and it hasn't been raining while I've been home during the day.
No pool day today. Okay.
Hey, I'm just glad I got a good pool day.
Yeah. Well, we hope you all had a wonderful week. I did not pull up the video with the comments on it. That's where I'm at today. Well, look at you go.
I had to get my phone to cooperate. Okay, Shadi got the commenters. Angie, Bridget, Madam Morty, Teresa, Spooky J Full.
That is Janet.
Janet. Frosty
X Stitch. Dawn from Frosty X Stitch.
Okay, another Angie. Susie Scott. Hi, Faja. And PD Stitcher.
Well, thank you all for your comments. We appreciate them.
Yep. And those that did comment say they like the idea of the t-shirt.
I was going to say, the consensus was they like the idea of merch, so I guess we're going to have to figure that out. One more thing for my plate. Okay.
Well, if you're watching it this time, could you message me about what hue you use, please? Thank you.
Fantastic.
Because that was the first I was going to ask.
Well, there you go. Well, and I apologize about last week's video getting up. I did all the things, made it, and started the upload. Usually I start the upload 9:30. Went to bed a little early, didn't sit there and babysit it. It decided it didn't upload. And it was like 4 o'clock before Angie was like, where's your guys' video at today? And I'm like, oh, well, apparently YouTube decided it didn't want to upload it. And then it took until almost 8 o'clock for it to fully upload. I was not a happy human.
So YouTube hired Gandalf? You shall not pass.
I don't know. I was annoying. I'm pretty sure what interrupted the download was my computer rebooting on an update, because Tuesday and I should have known Tuesday morning when I opened my computer that something was wrong with the upload, because it wanted me to do Windows. It wants me to update to Windows 11. I won't. But
can I do my little spiel about that real quick?
What?
When it comes to upgrading to Windows 11, if you want to, go ahead. If you're on the fence about it, if your computer's not brand new, that came with Windows 11, and you're perfectly happy with it, every new generation of Windows operating software takes more system resources to use.
So that's why we won't update mine. Anyways, that was last week's. So, I think I've just said so like 6 times in 5 minutes.
Well, we're on the right type of video for that, aren't we?
Yeah. Why don't we move on to whips? Because that's really all the intro we have. We had a very unexciting week.
I worked. And slept.
Moving on to whips.
Okay.
Whips.
Okay, got a little bit done on ink circles because, as I said, work kicked my butt. I worked a lot of OT last week.
And by a little bit, he means like maybe 30 stitches, he thinks? Because I don't even know what you stitched on that.
1.5 lines. Right here, between my fingers. And then I have the Guild Project, which I don't know if I actually have a cover photo for.
There's a cover photo for it. Hold on. Good gravy. I think it was a freebie anyways.
The cat is being extremely demanding.
There it is. So it's a little Quaker heart, so you do 2 sides. And
I got that much of it going so far. Then one of the 2 strands of my floss broke, and I was like, you know what? I'm done.
He was done.
I had a long week. Hopefully this week I can get some stitching in. I did not get anything done on Evanora. Hopefully I'll actually have enough energy this week to do it, because it does take a bit of energy to do that one. It is not an easy thing to do.
It does. Beading is not necessarily an easy thing. So.
Okay, I'm going to ask my question then. I thought of a good question for the commenters. Comment below if there's any type of stitching that you actively avoid until you absolutely have to do it.
A couple people last week commented too about the difficulties with, it's not just one thing that's difficult with cross stitch. There can be a variety of things that are difficult, that we find difficult.
Yeah, well, there's the trying to figure out specialty stitches.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Beading, metallics, backstitching, confetti. What makes you go, oh look, I have it easy on here.
Oh look, a good question. Yeah, I don't have one of my projects over here. Okay, well, so,
I've been
what did I stitch on this week? Well, I started the week stitching on Supernaturals by Witchy Stitcher. One of these days I'll put the cover photo on my computer so I can show you the cover photo. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that today. So, here's the cover photo, and here's where it was last time. And here is 316 stitches. If I get it on, done.
I think you did the number of stitches I did with a 6 after it.
Yeah. The frame for the unicorn, this will be the unicorn block, is done. Yes, the frame is all done. This is on 32 count heirloom by the Slovak Farm. There is one more row after these guys. I just didn't want to do a lot on it last week, so. Oh geez, poor kitty.
Poor kitty, my buddy, he's been bugging me since we sat down.
The way you yanked him up here, goodness gracious.
Are you okay, buddy?
Moving along. 100, 200 week in Daily 30 Appalachian Trail week. And one of the prompts was to stitch on something with less than 6 colors. Celtic Valentine by Northern Expression Needleworks fit that bill. And it also fit the bill for Beach Lovers acrostic for the monthly, the V. There are 4 colors in this. However, having already started it, the model is stitched 36 count, 1 strand over 2 threads, because it's 36 count. I'm stitching it 32 count, 2 strands over 2 threads. I'm gonna run out of floss. Here's where it was when I started. And here's where I got to with 536 stitches. And if you're saying, hey, I don't remember that project, that's because I started it a while ago. And I forgot to write it down on my list, so I forgot about it. I can't tell you when I stitched on this last because when I stitched on this last was when I started it. I legitimately had forgotten about it. This is on, that has a bad word on it. Oops.
Someone is very affectionate. He never sticks around this long.
I know. This is on a custom fabric I dyed for myself. And what I got done was finished this knot. Why is it so glary?
Probably because there's not enough light from the other stuff.
Is this gonna help any? No, that really didn't help any.
You did you change? Let me change cycle the color. You need to get down, buddy.
Let me cycle the color. Hold, please.
I just
Hopefully.
do it one more time, but that should work.
Hopefully this helps. Nope. So I finished this knot. I did this knot and then I started another knot. So this knot is in each corner. This knot is in each side, as you can see. As you can see by the cover photo. I have no idea why it's not showing up.
Probably just because it's such a light color.
It could be just that it's a light color. I don't know. I apologize greatly. I will take a picture of it and insert. I will take my finished picture and insert my finished picture in there. Because that's just horrendous. You guys can't see anything with that. And I am going to have to buy myself more floss. Which means an order from Dinky Dyes. Which means I could buy another Northern Expression Needleworks pattern. Because apparently,
There we go.
I like them. Alright. Moving along.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to stop so I can insert pictures. Moving on. I had to do alternative. I chose to do alternative stitches for stitch on a whip with difficult surface to cross. And I did Calla Lily Bride by Nora Corbett from her Bridal Pixies line. Bridal Bliss Pixies.
Did I make a bad joke?
What?
In that dress, all terrain is difficult terrain.
Probably wouldn't be. No lie detected.
Also, I like how she's wearing your idea of footwear.
Most of the flower pixies, you can kind of easily recognize the flower. I don't see a calla lily on here. I'm not picking up calla lily on this. Maybe upside down a little bit. It doesn't look. Calla lilies were my bridal flowers, so no, it doesn't look like a calla lily to me. So that's why I'm stitching it. I mean, it's pretty. It's pretty. Calla lilies were my bridal flower, so I did want to stitch it because of that. But This is on an unknown piece of floss I used to know. This is the fabric. I don't remember why I stitched on this. Pink champagne, I think.
Sounds
it's a
about
Silk
right.
Weavers. I think it's pink champagne.
I don't know if it's that one or if that was the one you did Ride Forth Singing.
Ride Forth Singing was Mountain Road.
Then that is pink champagne. And I would write that down.
I won't. I'll forget.
Okay.
Anyways. It is a Silk Weavers. It's a 28. I did 333 stitches on it, which was all in here. Her skirt in her skirting. Oh, well, no, there was some done in the arm up here too. It is starting to look more shape-ish.
Person-y.
I did the wings in all metallics. I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. I don't like that much metallic. I don't mind metallic. I don't like that much metallic.
I'm the metallic psycho in this relationship, remember?
It's a texture thing with me. Like, literally, it's a texture thing. Like, feeling the texture when I stitch on it. I need to remember to get my frame out when I stitch on her, because feeling the texture of the metallic that thick, it drives me nuts.
That's probably why I don't have a problem with it. I always use a frame.
I don't know. It's a texture thing. Okay. Next, I needed to stitch on something with an animal on it. Bonus points if it was on the list of animals you could find along the Appalachian Trail. Fox is one of them. So, I busted out hold please. I busted out sampler book. My Eric Michael sampler book. You're going, but that's not a fox. Well, E and F are on the same thing, and that is a fox. And I got into the box block with the fox on it. I also used this for my E for the monthly because the elephants, as you saw. So here's where it was when I started. And here we are 532 stitches later. This is on a piece of Heirloom 32 by the Slovak Farm. This is where we're going to talk about specialty stitches. And what the heck is that specialty stitch? So this specialty stitch with the elephant is called the English stitch. There are no instructions in this book of instructions on how to make an English stitch. When you Google English stitch, you get a knitting stitch or how to make a seam. That looks nothing like that.
How'd you find it?
I didn't. I took a wild guess, followed the picture and the lines, which showed horizontal lines in the darker brown and vertical lines doing this number in the lighter brown. And that's how I did the English stitch. If it is wrong,
I don't care.
first of all, if it is wrong, I'm not ripping it out because it's done. But if it is wrong and you know it is wrong and you know how to do an English stitch, explain it to me, please. Because I would like to know. Or if it's called something else. Okay. And then I started on the block with the fox. I got the border done and started some of the F's. This way. Moving along, the last prompt for the week. So I used my free pass for the stitch on something that was stitching green stitches. Because I didn't have anything with enough green stitches to make it not a pain in my butt. And I had the free pass. So I just used the free pass. The pattern's not going back in the book, in the bag. So my final project for Appalachian Trail was to stitch on something with plants. And we went with Harvest Hauler from the 2022 Keepsakes calendar.
Hong Kong.
Because it's got plants in it. Those are plants. Here is where it started. And I only did 205 stitches on this. Funny story. The other day I was digging, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago now. I was digging through my purse looking for something in church, in the chapel for daily mass. And I pulled a skein of floss out of the bottom of my purse and I went, wonder what this is for. It was a skein of DMC. I was like, wonder what I bought this for. I found out what I bought it for. It was needed for Harvest Hauler.
I love you.
I love you. This is a random green that I threw stuff together. Can't replicate it. It's a solo.
Wasn't that one of the failed attempts for making the...
This was the failed attempt for the green, for the field, for the OSU thing, yes. I did just up in here on one of these blues was what I had bought the skein of floss for, so. Now I've worked on that one this go round. I would like to work on it some more next time, but it is what it is at this point. Sometimes they get more love than other times. And then we went to up there. Please. Hold, please. I went to work on my Olympics. The last part of the Sydney Olympics. Pulled out Raven Queen. This is on a 32 count, called Raven Queen. Because it wasn't named, and then everybody was like, just call it Raven Queen. And that works. And I did 423 stitches. This big block of black. And then it was like some fill-ins in here. And here. Most of it was black. Most of it was this big block of black. There was some black back here too that I did.
Ain't it pretty?
So, I did 1,856 stitches total for the Sydney Olympics on her. She's gonna go night-night for a little bit. Because doing almost 2,000 stitches on her, I love her. I enjoyed stitching on her. She's gonna night-night for a bit. Actually, because I need to work on other projects for the Olympics, but as one of the requirements of the Olympics. In Daily 3. I finished that early Sunday. I managed to get some stitching in on Saturday in between I didn't take pictures, I should have taken pictures. We made the pure leaf tea bottles, the plastic pure leaf tea bottles. We used those, we upcycled those and put little bouquets of flowers in them. Excuse me, to be sold for...
What did you call that?
Pure leaf tea bottles.
No, upcycle?
Upcycle.
I thought it was called reuse.
But we made it better.
Okay.
So it's called upcycling. We made small bouquets. The decorating committee made small bouquets that we sold at festival for a free will donation. So between doing that Saturday morning and then festival Saturday evening, I did actually get a fair amount of stitching done on Raven Queen because it was all that black.
She actually stitched around the outline of it and then just built.
I did. I stitched the outline and then I just because I was like, this will be the lazy way to do it.
I thought it was very clever, that's why I shared it.
Well, thank you. That led me to starting on the new week's prompt, which is Jane Austen week. One of the prompts was to stitch on a whip you abandoned for some amount of time. I'm not sure I would say abandoned or forgotten. Well, I wouldn't say forgotten. I know they're still there. But do you all remember back in 2022 when I decided starting a new ornament a day in March was a great idea because they're ornaments. They're not that big. I'll get them done in a day. And I got none of them done in one day. And I have been slowly chugging away at them since. I think that qualifies as kind of abandoning a project. I pulled out, so the first one I pulled out was, it is called Poinsettia and Pine Peacock. You can see I have to get all of these in my own colors. I really need to get these finished because I have a lot of colors tied up in them. But that is the cover photo. And I also use this as a B for the monthly because I got done with the stitches on it for Jane Austen and went, I want to finish this because I want to finish this. So I used it as the B because the designer's name is Kathleen Burlew, and I finished it. I didn't put the before photo in. It'll be in there.
Can I ask a stupid question?
What?
Why do you just do B for bird?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it at the time. I did 542 stitches on this total. I actually started this with the B for the monthly and then moved it into the Jane Austen prompt because I knew there wasn't going to be 300 stitches on it left on it for the second prompt. As you can see, these nice, lovely, these here are a gorgeous working of what are basically just straight stitches, but it's very pretty. So I knew this wasn't going to be enough to finish the Jane Austen prompt. So what I did was I pulled out another one of the ornaments, Warm Wishes. This is from the 2021 just cross stitch thing, ornament issue, and I did 96 stitches on it, which was more than I needed to finish the prompt, but it did finish up the barn up here. Don't ask me what this fabric is. I do not know. It was a scrap that I had, and I thought it would look pretty on the blue. And that has been my stitching for the week. Yes, that's been my stitching for the week. It was Guild Week, and there was freebies, and oh, my brain is not working right.
Huggies.
My ability to count today has been... I'll tell you about that next week. It was Guild meeting. That means we have haul. Moving into haul. I forgot something on whips. My Quaker heart. I literally only stitched on this Wednesday night at Guild meeting. I don't even know how many
I think you got exactly as much as I did done on it.
Yeah. That's what I have done on it. And it's just on white even weave. And I did mine with the silks for you. Hello. Focus. There we go. And I also realized I didn't put cuts in for the two ornaments before. So hopefully I can squeeze those in. Now, moving on to haul. Haul, y'all.
Yee-haw! I haven't done that in a while.
Oh, if not, we haven't had haul lately. I just got water all over me.
Ew.
Okay. You're up.
I'm looking for... There it is. No year, though.
I don't know.
This is the March-April edition of I don't know what year of Cross Stitch Gold. And I got it specifically because of that. See if I can find a better picture of it.
But I'm going to do the duckies. I think I'm going to do the duckies. There was a couple in there that I wanted to do.
Here we go. This is what I want to do. That's the whole reason I picked this up.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I picked up a couple of magazines as well, just cross-stitching and The World of Cross-Stitching, for a couple various patterns that are in here that I would like to do. I have to go to Hobby Lobby today. I needed interfacing for my wool applique kit, so I can get started on that. I bought some yarn. Bought some cotton yarn. It was the week yarn was 30% off, so I bought cotton yarn because I have lots of washcloths to make for gifts for Christmas time. So, chugging away on those. And then I'm in this Senecal study with the church. I have a pack of 6 of these. Someone gave me 3 more for the Secret Stitcher thing with the guild. I had to buy another 6-pack because there's just that many things I need to bookmark with it. Because the Senecal study looks at certain parts of, it's about the life of the saint sister Faustina from Poland. I can't remember exactly where. But in the 1920s and 30s, late 20s, early 30s, her writings. So there's lots of little sections that we talk about. Needed it. That's all. Let's move on to plans and announcements. If I can find the paper for the plans. There it is. Plans and announcements.
I got some Evanor to do.
You've got some Evanor to do. I have managed to stitch through the whole of my list. So we start again.
Would you like my eraser?
I have an eraser over there. I'll use it later.
Okay.
It is Jane Austen week for Daily 30. So here are the prompts. Jane Austen was born in 1775 in Hampshire? I think I said that right. England. I never know with these English towns, man. She lived in a time period when women were expected to be wives and mothers, and that was it. Women were not welcome in the world of writing, a field dominated by men. It was considered improper for if a woman tried her hand at writing, never mind if she attempted to publish her work. Jane wasn't named as the author of her books until after her death. Stitch on a whip that you feel has a more anonymous or not well-known designer. I already know what one I want to do.
What is that?
Spirit of Christmas by Sister Lou Stitches.
Okay. I was going to say, go find one of those ornaments of yours. They're all by random people,
I'm sure one of my ornaments, yes, because most well-known designers shy away from doing the ornament issue because it's not a paid thing. And probably Harvest Holler is not a well-known designer, but the rest of them are actually pretty well-known designers that I have. Alright, moving along. Number 2. Jane had 2 great romances in her lifetime, however, she remained single her entire life. and many, if not all, of her novels are centered around the idea of marriage. The sad truth of the day was that women were dependent on marriage for financial security and good social status. Jane did receive a marriage proposal at the age of 27. She was an old maid by then. However, she backed out because she didn't love the man. Stitch on a whip that you nearly backed out of stitching because you didn't love us, and tell us why.
That's a you pick.
That's going to be a use the pass. Because once the thought of, I really don't want to stitch on this anymore hits my brain, I don't finish it.
Yeah.
Like, if I think, oh, I really don't want to stitch on this anymore, I put it away.
If you want to save your pass, one of the ornaments would work. Okay.
No, because I want to stitch all of them.
Okay.
I may get irritated with projects and it needs to go night-night for a while. But if I say, I don't want to stitch on this anymore, I do not want to finish this project, it is done. I do not finish it.
Okay, moving on.
Number 3. Jane brewed her own beer. Typical to her time, almost everyone in England drank beer regularly, along with the rest of her family. Austen knew how to brew beer from scratch. Apparently, her specialty was spruce beer. It's made with molasses, giving the beer a sweeter taste. Cheers to that. Stitch on a whip with food that relates. Stitch on a whip related to food or drink. Farmer's Market has food on it. Pumpkin Patch has food on it. Beauty and the Beast has cups on it.
It's also called Soda Stitch. Turtles are technically food.
Turtles can be food, but we're not going there. I have other options.
Harvest Holler, Pumpkin Farm.
Harvest Holler has food on it. Pumpkin Farm, we have... Pumpkin Farm has been UFO'd. Actually, you took it over. And, that's about it. Bell, I think the RTM Bell has a cup on it, too. So, those are your choices.
Go ahead, get the first page, please. Pumpkin Patch.
Alright, number 4. Jane stopped writing for almost a decade. By 1801, Austen had completed 3 of her books, demonstrating how feverishly she was working at the time. Then, in the few years before her father's death, she appears to have stopped writing completely. This might have been due to her father's decision to transfer the family to Bath after his retirement. According to scholars, Austen hated the relocation and temporarily quit writing as a result. Stitch on a whip you abandoned for a significant length of time. Ornaments done.
Okay. Did they have the exact same prompt for 2 different weeks?
No.
Do a whip that's been abandoned.
No. So when I finished the, because I used Peacock and Pine, Poinsettia and Pine Peacock for a monthly yesterday.
Oh, and for this week.
I couldn't fit it into another monthly anyways, and I thought, well, I know it'll fit into this weekly. So I've already finished one of the weeklies.
Okay.
Jane Austen's books may have been around for centuries, but in the movie world, she's as popular as she ever was. Austen's mastery of irony, combined with her ability to mine for humor in relationships, has made her novels resonate well past her lifetime and into cinematic medium that would continue 200 years after her death. There are at least 23 movies, along with TV shows and miniseries, with the first movie adaptation occurring in 1940. Stitch on a whip of your choice, and tell us your favorite Jane Austen movie. So, it's a choice. Take a pick. Shores? Alright, and my favorite Jane Austen movie is... You'll have to tune in next week to find out. guess below what it is. Yes. That's plans for the week. Oh! Being that I have finally finished the 1,850 stitches for the Sydney Olympics, I get to do 1,900 stitches for... Oh no! I've lost my paper. I found my paper. 1,900 stitches for the 2004 Athens, Greece Olympics. Your choices are Belle, O Feathers, or my stamped heart succulent.
Just so I see what the frick it is, the stamped heart succulent. I forget it.
It's my stamped kit that's a heart that's made with succulents.
Yes, I know, but...
Okay.
Oh, it's the one with the pattern on the cloth.
Yes.
Okay. Honey, it flew over my head and crashed right here.
Okay, well, is that the one you would like me to stitch on for?
Yep.
Okay.
That'd be easy to do a lot of stitches on.
Let's see if I can get 1,900 stitches done before the end of the month. Because that would be my quarterly check-in for the Olympics. Alright. Announcements are none. So, what would we like the folks to do?
Go to your website and buy stuff.
Don't go to my website and buy stuff. Because my website is currently only half put together. I am working on deleting everything and reposting everything.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I have a lot of random fabrics that got dyed prior to the pandemic. Post-pandemic, some of my dyes changed, so they're not necessarily going to be repeatables. That being said, I'm going to list them up as solos on the website. It's kind of been a slow process going through and deleting everything. Because none of it's... I don't love the formatting on it. So I just want to delete the stuff, go through the patterns, list the patterns, and relist, I'll start with fabrics and then start working through patterns that I have in inventory, because I do have some patterns in inventory. If you would like to order something that you see that you like, contact me and I can order it for you.
What's the floss company you have?
Sullivan's.
Yeah, she's got most of Sullivan's in a cabinet.
I have nearly all of Sullivan's. When I need to order just one or two Sullivans, I will order extras that I don't have. I have a lot of patterns and stuff. I don't have the ability to get all of the new designs from all of the new designers, so if you see something from a designer you like, contact me to order it so I can order it.
Okay. We would like you to please like, comment, share, bell notification thingy bobby for when YouTube goes nuts.
And
the whole
subscribe.
YouTube spiel. Yeah, subscribe. Okay.
And subscribe.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Thank you all so much for spending a little bit of time this week, and we will see you next week.